Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very, very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, the pandemic, the lockdowns, the health crisis wasn't even our biggest problem. Our bigger problem is now being ushered in. Wow, this is insane, the stuff that we continue to have to talk about. Even me, somebody who's came and reported on this from the very beginning when the housing market got too euphoric and I found myself right in the middle of that storm, that perfect storm, and I raised awareness, I sounded the alarm, I rung the bell for you guys, letting you know this is an artificially created housing bubble. It can't sustain itself. The dust will settle, there will be blowback, and we're going to pay the piper, and it is all now playing out. Like I've always talked about, this didn't pass the smell test from the very beginning, and the realities are, friends, we're going to enter a double dip recession. Why, you ask? I'm about to tell you. Insane, the stuff that we continue to talk about. If you're new, subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will sharpen iron, my friends. Talking about these things and the way that we're doing it, hopefully a little bit entertaining, educational, and informative, will take a lot of the sting out of the blow when this thing plays out, and it is playing out. And like I said, this is the realities, friends. Like I said, it's hard to argue with the truth. I always get people like, can you show me the data? Listen, you need a walking, talking temperature checker, and that's what I am. And listen, friends, I've seen this movie before, and I always tell people this. In the comments, we used to always get, yeah, Scott, but this time it's different. Loans are much stronger this time. You're right. This time it is different. It's worse. My gosh, what else do I need to tell you guys? It doesn't matter how you find yourself in a real estate bubble. The facts are, we are in one, and historically, every time we've found ourselves in a real estate bubble, the economy has crashed. So this is it, friends. We're going in for a double dip recession. There's so many historical records hit in this crisis. The fastest bubble ever produced, all-time highs ever produced in the shortest amount of time. I could go on and on and on. There's a laundry list of things. And there used to be a lot of rainbows and sunshine channels out there trying to tell us how to buy and get our offer to be accepted while paying over asking price. And now they're disappearing. If their channels are still around, their views are on their way out. I've seen so many content creators evaporate. Poof, they're gone, out. Either made all their money or just there's whatever the case is. I mean, it's hard. Like I've always said, I will reverse course. I will admit when I'm wrong. And I've probably been wrong in some of my reports here. It's mainly harder to predict timelines, right? Timelines are probably the hardest thing to predict. But as a level-headed realist, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. We injected too much money into our economy. It couldn't sustain itself. It created a casino climate and euphoria, and it all found its way into these investment markets. And now the reverse course has happened. Just as fast as this bubble is created, it is in fact reversing course. So the realities are, friends, like I said, we were in this micro recession when we first got locked down. Everything stopped. So we had this little teeny micro recession, but then the injections came, the free money, the stimulus measures, the stimulus programs, the mortgage forbearance, the eviction bans, the foreclosure bans, the unemployment benefits, the PPP loans, the money to every doorstep. We doubled our balance sheet overnight to unsustainable levels. We will always be a debtor nation now. Our balance sheet is unbalanceable. We can't get it balanced. It's mathematically impossible. So we'll be a debtor nation for forever. So the realities are, we put a Band-Aid on a shotgun wound, took the training wheels off of this economy, we took the drugs away from the drug addict, and it's just, that's the way it is. And it's like, speaking of drug addict, fentanyl, we're basically put our economy on fentanyl. We are fighting the wrong fights here in America. Insanity. But as I continue to speak the truth, cut through the chatter and give it to you straight in a way, like I said, that you can digest, wrap your head around, admit there's a problem, move away from the problem, not ignore the elephant in the room. The realities are, the pandemic was just the front end, stage one, the symptom of the problem. The real problem is now coming. We are now entering in a massive recession because of the training wheels we put on the economy. You would think most people could, the top economists in the world, supposedly our tax money is paying for them. The federal government couldn't see this one coming. Like I've always said, had they, when they saw the housing market, the biggest asset class in the world, get overheated, why didn't they stop it right away and say, let's pull the reins back? They let it go. And now we've got all these people underneath staggering payments with runaway inflation and layoffs around the corner and recession around the corner. We didn't even recover from the pandemic. Businesses were shuffled out, maybe held on by life support with free money that we have to pay for as well, all our taxpayer money. And they folded anyway. And then the new businesses that are trying to move into those empty spaces, they're about to do it in a massive recession. They're next. We're going to see those people crash and burn. And it's all tied to our institutional banking systems. They're shaking in their boots right now. They are done. All these financial markets are built on a house of cards, friends. And so that's the communication. That's what I wanted to bring to you today. I want you to understand what exactly is going on there. You're going to see a housing correction, recession, and a full-blown depressionary level of a downturn quite possibly manifest. It's the percentage of likelihood, and it continues and continues to grow. Like I said, you can't pin this on supply and demand anymore. Because of the lack of supply, there could be continued demand in these markets. You guys should hurry up and buy right now, or otherwise you'll get priced out and never be able to buy. Well, we're seeing what's happening there, aren't we? The majority, over 75%, and it's probably more than that, the latest reading, lagging indicators, lagging data, shows us that over 75% of all properties, all listings on the market are doing what right now? You guessed it, going through price reductions. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, somebody wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Acknowledge the elephant in the room. We overheated the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market, and it will provide the biggest blowback, but we are just scratching the surface. I always say this is the real estate channel, much bigger in real estate. This is going to be a double dip recession, and we set ourselves up to fail. I always say failing to plan is planning to fail. Let me repeat, failing to plan is planning to fail. It is so important to have a plan. I've always said, save your money, save your cash for the crash, save it for a rainy day. Save it for whatever you need to save it for. You need to insulate yourself in these times. You need to be as liquid as possible. If you're financially exposed because you poured into investment markets because you saw the greed and it was the narrative of the days, you can't lose in these markets. They are losing now. You might want to reconsider your position in these markets and start insulating yourself. The clock is ticking clearly. I'm going to do my best to report on it, heat map it, temperature check it, be a voice of reason in what's become a very unreasonable climate that we're in. Fact has become stranger than fiction. I hope you understand that. I'm not going to hang anybody out to dry. I don't care if you just bought, you're on the sidelines. I don't care. I am here to help people. And the first thing I need to do is wake people up. The second thing I need to do is ask you guys to please continue to help us do that. Like I said, our rewards in life are always in direct proportion to our contribution. Millions and millions of people have no idea of the severity of what's going on out there. They do not have any idea of what we're talking about right now. So congratulations to anybody that sticks with this channel. Like I said, you will be fine. You'll halfway expect it. Reverse FOMO, fear and panic, is going to take over these markets. We're going to make sure that we're okay, and then we're going to enter these markets when everybody else is leaving, and I will take as many of you along for the ride as possible. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to visit me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America today, there's an email in the description for you as well. I have a network of top-rated agents in the world ready to assist you. If you're watching from your television set today and you appreciated this video, I know you're going to love the next video on your screen at this time, along with the easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.